said, behold, the days come that I'm going to make a new covenant with the house of Israel. Now, Jeremiah 16:14, he said, behold, the days come, said the Lord, that there shall be no more said, the Lord lives that brought the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt, but the Lord lives that brought the children of Israel from the lands of the north and from all the lands where he had driven them, and I will bring them again into their own land that I gave to their fathers. I will send for many fishers, said the Lord, and they shall fish them. Who to say, who came on the scene and said, I'm going to make you fishers of men? Jesus Christ. So God is fulfilling this promise of not being known as the God that took them through the Red Sea, not being known as the God of the old covenant when Jesus come on the scene. And he said, I will send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain, from every hill, and out of the holes of the rock. For my eyes are upon all their ways, they are not hid from my face, neither is iniquity hid from my eyes. And this is the part I wanted to show. Remember what he said? Let's go back to the two covenants. He says, one is of the flesh and one is of promise. And this is what most people don't understand. When it's of the flesh, what is the flesh? The body, all the parts of the body, your total self about the body. So what happened in that covenant? It wasn't a covenant of promise. God promised Abraham a son, and then Sarah said, sleep with my handmaid, which is Hagar, and Abraham did a fleshly move like a lot of Christians do today. God tell us to do something. We don't believe what God said to do it or how God is going to make it happen, so we take it into our own hands and then try and do it and then make the claim this was of God. That's exactly what Abraham and Sarah did. They went out and had a kid, Ishmael, and like this must be what God meant. No, God said you could have a son from your own bowels, and then God come back later and says, no, the son is going to be from Sarah, and I'm going to make my covenant with him, not with the one you created through the flesh. So now he's telling us this is the difference between the two covenants. But what I wanted you to see is something, the word promise, it gives you words like the word flesh gives you error, something created in error. And so Ishmael was created in error because that wasn't what God planned for. But when you look up the word promise, it's words, commands, or order. But the part I really want you to see, it says, the front of time. Think about that. Promise is the front of time. That's why it's so important with what he told Abraham, because the promise was given to Abraham. Remember what he said to Abraham? He said, in your seed shall all the nations on the earth be blessed. And you get to Galatians, and Galatians says he gave the gospel first to Abraham. The gospel came under the new covenant. God promised this from the very beginning, and he said the law, which came 430 years later, cannot disannul the promise that I made to Abraham.